Frieren is a manga and anime series that takes place in a fantasy world. This video gives 20 reasons that made me love the work as an old RPG player. This video contains spoilers related to the anime and manga. Reason 1, the quality of production. The manga has been serialized in the magazine Weekly Shonen Manga since April 2020, and it is being released in North America by Viz Media. The anime was produced by Madhouse, and it is available on Crunchyroll. I analyze Frieren from the perspective of someone who played tabletop RPG for a long time, especially Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, Pendragon, and Amber. Reason 2, Frieren begins at the end. When we play RPG, we usually know a lot about what happens in the beginning of the adventures. But we often wondered, what happened after that? Frieren tells the stories of two periods, the main journey and what happened after the journey ended. Reason 3, the old group of adventurers. The old group is one of the best combinations for an RPG game like that with only 4 characters. Himmel is the hero to attack and move forward. Eisen is the warrior who defends and protects. Heider is the priest who provides support and has social skills. And Frieren is the mage and main character of the series. Since the group lacks a rogue, it is weak against traps. And that weakness is a major element of Frieren. Reason 4, the next generation. After the first group finishes their journey, Frieren starts to travel alone. Since she is an elf who can live more than 1,000 years, she is still young to keep traveling the world. One of her missions then is to understand humans. Eventually, Frieren starts to meet new people and form a new group of adventurers. Moving from one generation to the next happened when I was a game master of Pendragon. The players started with their characters as teenagers, who grew up, married, got older, and retired. The players started then to play as the children of their original characters in that campaign of Pendragon. Reason 5, dragons are powerful. When I played Advanced Dungeons & Dragons in the 90s, facing a dragon was a major achievement. It wasn't easy to level a character up to be able to have a group of adventurers who could face a dragon. When players met a dragon, they knew they might lose the characters they had been playing for a long time. Over time, defeating a dragon started to seem something common, and dragons were not so feared anymore. I like that Frieren still shows dragons as monsters that can be a major challenge even for the best adventurers. Reason 6, common spells can surprise enemies. One of my favorite aspects of playing as a mage was surprising enemies with the spells I used. For example, people may think of a spell as a tool for defense, and then I applied the spell in an unconventional way to attack the enemy. Frieren prefers to be very good at using old spells than focusing on new spells. Frieren is considered outdated, but she still wins against the new spells. Frieren also loves weird spells, and that seems very fresh and fun after so many years seeing people use the same spells. Reason 7, Frieren is a badass. Mages usually are not the members of adventure groups to get the glory and recognition because they can be boring most of the time. However, mages can overshadow everyone when they finally decide to act. Don't underestimate Frieren. She can be fierce, cold, and very dangerous. Frieren can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Reason 8, the references and Easter eggs. Frieren has many parts that will be better appreciated by those who have more knowledge and experience with fantasy. My group of Pendragon knew our game was inspired by the legends of King Arthur, but the way I used them could be far from expected. Frieren does the same. You may recognize many parts of Frieren from other games, but they may not go the expected way. Reason 9, mages are fun. We often don't know if Frieren is smart or dumb, very mature or totally immature. But she is fun. Reason 10, failed skills tests can be great. When characters fail skills tests, the consequences are usually irrelevant. But, in Frieren, characters failing to recognize a flower led to one of the great moments of the show. Failed skills tests may be bad for the characters but be great for the story. Reason 11, the social importance of priests. When RPG games are focused on battles, the importance of priests are much lower. Priests are often reduced to casting healing spells. I like how Frieren used the mediation skills of priests, and think about the importance of priests and religion in the society. Reason 12, a mage of a peaceful era. RPG games are often battle after battle. But Frieren is described as a mage of a peaceful era. If people want to fight, they probably will take some arms and enter battles. However, mages usually do the opposite, locking themselves with books for many and many years. So, mages usually prefer to stay quiet and not be bothered by others. Frieren shows an aspect of mages that we often can't see when playing RPG. Reason 13, Strategy. Characters from Frieren love developing strategies. Seeing players formulating strategies to solve the problems they face is one of the most rewarding experiences I had as a game master. The level of creativity, knowledge, effort, and teamwork to solve problems always impressed me. Reason 14, Appreciate the small moments. RPG stories tend to be heroic and epic, but players forget the small moments. When playing Pendragon, there were many moments when the player characters had only the mission to gather wood. The characters were teenagers who had no experience, weapons, armors, or spells to do anything relevant. So, the sessions looked boring as they went to the forest with their axes to get wood. But those are some of the strong memories we have of that campaign, as the characters were able to get to know each other and strengthen their bonds before they got older enough to start their adventures. Reason 15, The financial concern. Having enough money is often a problem in Frieren, but that problem is usually ignored when we play RPG. The interest rates of loans are among the most challenging monsters in the series. Reason 16, Seeing the impossible. Frieren is a very powerful mage. However, she can only realize what she can visualize. The biggest skill of Himmel, the hero, was to make Frieren see the impossible, so she could do the impossible. Frieren is powerful not only because of the magic she learned, but because she learned to see the impossible with Himmel. Reason 17, Frieren is smart. Mages are usually supposed to be intelligent and intellectual. So, they should think more than fight. Frieren enters the dangerous territory of intellectual discussion, when characters think and talk to each other more than fight. The characters can talk about the theory of evolution applied to the race of demons. There are discussions about happiness and the meaning of life. Characters can be involved in politics of armies and nobility. The scariest moments to me are when some characters gather to talk. Something really big should be happening to see some characters show in the series or even join forces. Reason 18, Frieren is an emotional journey. Frieren is about love and friendship. When we play RPG, the games may be just an excuse to meet our friends and see people we love. Frieren is full of wonderful, touching, and meaningful moments about the love and friendship of the amazing cast of characters. Winning against monsters is less relevant than love and friendship. Reason 19, The art. Frieren is visually stunning. You need to see both the manga and the anime. Reason 20, My friends. Frieren made me think of the time when I met my friends every week to spend hours enjoying our time creating characters and stories, solving problems, doing things that were extremely intelligent or complete nonsense. My characters leveled up. But we all grew together too.